So, as some of you might know, I went to Cyprus a few months ago in November 2024. And even though I am 3/4 Greek, 1/4 British, I haven't really been to Cyprus all that much. So when I went that time that I mentioned just now, it was the first time I went where I could properly see things and remember things and everything, because the last time I went before then was when I was 11, and I just remember the hotel resort. I don't really remember much else. And then I went a few times when I was about 3 or 4 years old before that, and I remember little bits but not a lot, you know. So this was my first proper time, and I was surprised by some of the things that I didn't know basically about going. And I had to ask family members, and I had to watch YouTube videos, and the YouTube videos I found, they were too rambly, too long, and it just, yeah, it didn't really, it helped but not enough. By the way, if you can hear any kind of sounds, it's from my dogs. They are literally down there somewhere over here where the tripod is, at the bottom of it. So, this is like a Cyprus, things to know before you go. So, you can't flush the toilet paper, and that is so difficult because my instinct is to immediately put the toilet paper in the toilet, and a few times that happened and I was just like, oh no, and I had to fish it out. But there was 1 or 2 occasions where I flushed the toilet forgetting, and there was toilet paper in there, and I was just thinking, what do I do? The first one was at the airport, so that's okay. And then the second one was at our own house, which obviously we would have to deal with if I flushed it too many times. But the once was okay, thankfully. Something about the pipes can't handle it, or the sewage system, or something plumbing related across the country can't handle toilet paper. Okay. Another thing that really surprised me was you can't get paracetamol at supermarkets. So I went to Famagusta, which is the Greek supermarket franchise in Cyprus, and I asked them, because I had a headache, I asked them where the paracetamol was, and they were like, oh, you can only get that in a pharmacy, you can't get that in a supermarket or in a shop. And I just thought, what? So I went into the pharmacy, and it's called Panadol out there. Everything is named by brands. So everything is brands. Like, people come up to you, and if they ask you where something is, they'll say the brand name. They won't say the item itself. They won't say shower gel. They'll say like the brand, you know, like Dove or something. You know. Yeah, so that's a bit unusual. And as well, it was €6. I can't remember if I bought 1 or 2 packets of paracetamol for that, but still that's expensive. You know, in England you can get paracetamol for what? Something like 30 something pence or something, like no more than £1. Unless it's a fancy brand. I suppose that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, so buy plenty of paracetamol and stuff like that before you go, so that you don't have to pay these prices, you don't have to go to a pharmacy. It's just ridiculous, basically, that they don't do that. It's just strange. Another thing is, so I'm reading my notes, they've got big modern shopping malls in Larnaca and in Paphos. I think the one in Paphos is called King's Mall. I've never been, but But I've been to the one in Larnaca. It was featured in one of my other videos. And I think it was called, what was it called again? Metropolis Mall, I think. I'll leave the name here. That was the name of the shopping centre, and you would not know that you were in another country. Like, you'd think you were back in England, like the shops and everything. But I went into Holland and Barrett, which is like a health store that we have in the UK, and they don't have a loyalty card system, so I looked a bit stupid showing them my loyalty card when I was paying, and they were like, they looked at me and they went, "What is this?" And I said, "It's a loyalty card." And they were like, "Is this from England?" "Yes." "Oh, we don't have that." "Okay." So it was like that, and I just, yeah. They don't have, but Alpha Mega has a loyalty card system, but you have to, oh no, it's fine, you have to just have a phone number, that's alright. For any country, that's alright. And I'll say Zorba's Bakery is amazing. I heard a lot of people saying great things about Zorba's Bakery as a franchise, and I didn't understand until I got there, and I went to different bakeries, and then I tried Zorba's and I realised it's good. I mean, if you want homemade traditional Greek goods, you're not going to get it there. It's very mass-produced, very uniform, very clean-cut, very, you know, it looks very factory-made, all the stuff. But it's the best in Cyprus, in my opinion, from what I'm aware of and what I've experienced. And I particularly enjoy the ice cream sandwiches in the freezer, and I also particularly enjoy, they have like chocolate lollies and chocolate, not figurines, but like hollow chocolate figures, and I really like those. They've also got a really good sandwich bar, really good, and that is my go-to. When I go to Cyprus, I go straight to Zorba's for food mainly when I'm on the go, because it's so good. It's not cheap, like it's not Greg's level of cheap if you're familiar with Greg's in the UK. But it's good, it's decent, you know, it's not too overpriced, so you're alright. And then the last thing I was going to say is Ayia Napa and pretty much everywhere except Larnaca and I don't know where else. But when I was there, like, a lot of places are closed during low season, so you can't get food as easily, so you can't go to a kiosk or anywhere and really get food. You can go to Zorba's, that's open, but nowhere's really open. Like, there's no convenience stores, ice cream stands really that are open as such. There are a few, but it's not as lively as usual. Larnaca, however, is pretty unaffected. I don't know about Paphos, but what I do know is when it's low season, there's no flights going from Birmingham, UK, to Larnaca. They only go to Paphos. So when I went, even though our house is in Larnaca and my grandparents' apartment is in Larnaca, we had to go to Paphos, which is like a few hours away from Larnaca in the car. And it was difficult. I mean, yeah. I mean, another thing is the taxis, the taxi drivers, they drive so fast out there. It's horrible. It's actually horrible. And they're so expensive as well. Like, from Paphos Airport to Larnaca, you know, the centre of Larnaca, they wanted €160. We went on, me and my dad, we braved it and we went on the bus. We got 2 buses and it cost something like €30 for the both of us. So that was great, but the journey was, you know, it was lots of windy road. Oh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. So Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to go in August because it's too hot, it's too unbearably hot. And then it's finding the right time. I've been told October is great. You know, like just when they, like just before the low season really kicks in with the flight shortages and everything. Try and go then, I guess. I think that's around October time, yeah, because my parents went in October and they flew straight to Larnaca and they were able to just get a quick taxi to where we live out there, so it's just, yeah. So that's easier. It's, yeah, so I think, another thing, this is the last thing, when people drive, they don't indicate much, so you have to guess, you have to be really vigilant as to where they're going. So that's quite difficult as well. Really quite difficult. And as well, they don't cater for vegans out there. Like, if you're vegan, you are stuck. Like, really you are. I'm not vegan, but I'm pescatarian. And the whole time I had to just eat chips and salad and halloumi cheese. The whole time. I'm very fussy with food, but still. It wasn't great with that. But I love going because it's beautiful there. It's really beautiful and it's lovely to swim there. And I just enjoy it. I do, I enjoy it. I love Green Bay Beach and I love Nissi Beach. You know, I really, those places are beautiful. But yeah, if you have any particular questions about Cyprus, drop them in the comments down below. I will ask my grandparents, I will ask my parents, I will ask people who have been lots more times than me, and I'll get back to you if I don't know the answer myself, of course. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you're going on holiday anytime soon, or if you're watching this video, comment down below and let me know where you're going, and you never know, I might have been to the same place. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in another video. Bye.